Happy Sunday, YouTube. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I just wrapped up a meeting with an agent that shot me over an email this morning, and the title of his email was I'm struggling. And I've been there. I know what it is to struggle, and I know what it is to search for advice and help. I've been there many, many times in my life. So that's why when I hear someone going through a hard time, I'm going to do my best to help them, especially if they're in my business. So I asked this person to send me his info. I called the agent back. And as soon as I got on the phone, I asked the agent, "What's your struggle?" As soon as I said that, he told me that he's buying leads, but he feels like he's getting indebted and the results are not there. That's what he said to me. And in our business, selling life insurance, you're on your own. You're your own boss. It's up to you to go out there and sell insurance and sell enough of it where you can make a profit, pay your bills, and keep doing it over and over and over. But a lot of insurance agents, especially in their first year, they fail, especially the ones that are buying leads. And why does this happen? And for many years, I've talked about this, and it comes down to expectations. The agent's expectations of what they thought it would be doesn't turn out to be what it is. That's normal. In anything that we do, our expectations are going to be one thing, the results are different. That's one of the reasons that here in my YouTube channel, I show you guys what my life transfers sound like. I show you guys what our sales process sounds like to give you guys a better opportunity of understanding what to expect. Because the last thing we want to do is present to you an opportunity and then it's totally the opposite. But back to the story with this agent. He started telling me that, again, he's investing all this money in his leads and he's being encouraged to get more leads. And that's a conflict for him. Part of that has to do because sometimes we start looking around. We start looking to our other neighbor, our teammate. We start comparing our results to them. And one thing in our business, everyone shows off, right? They show off what they produce, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing wrong with that because everyone's happy about it. But the reality of the matter is what this person does to generate business and this person does is two different stories. One agent can be a hard worker. The other can be a lazy person. So it's not right for you to compare yourself to your teammates. Because what's going to happen, chances are, it's going to demoralize you. So what do? You look at your numbers. You look at your results. And the only competition that you have is what's in front of you. It's not my teammate. It's not what he did. If he did great, congratulate him. God bless him. But it's you against you. And in this particular case, let me help you understand how I helped this agent. The first thing I asked the agent is what his struggle was. He explained to me what his struggle was. After he said that, I didn't tell him it was a carrier issue because all these carriers that sell final expense, they're all within the same rates of each other, a few dollars. They're all pretty much having the same type of underwriting. They all pay commissions on issue or draft. So there's really not much of a difference. But what it does come down to is your attitude. It comes down to you. So I asked this person, again what the struggle was. He told me that he'd been talking to some of the other agents, and the other agents were complaining about the similar things, which is a sabotage to you. And if you're watching this, you're new to this business, do not compare yourself to somebody else. It's you against you. So I asked the agent, how many leads did you buy from the company? He says, I bought 40 leads for a grand total of $1,000. So 40 leads, $1,000. And one of the complaints from this agent was that no one picks up the phone, that he doesn't know if it's because of his area code is out of the state or out of the county. He doesn't know because maybe when he calls the person on his cell phone, it shows up as spam. The agent really started getting into the nitty gritty. Into shit that doesn't make sense. And if you're thinking the same thing, if you're thinking that your caller ID, your name, your whatever is affecting your progress, you're wrong. And it comes down to activity. But again, let me go back to the story. I asked him, how many leads you take? He said he purchased 40 for a grand total of $1,000. So it comes out to $25 per lead. We had that figured out. We also understood that a lot of those people didn't pick up the phone. But then I asked him this question. I asked him, now, out of those 40 leads, how many of those did you actually sell? And he said, I sold 5 applications. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 applications. That means that he closed at 12%. So he had a benchmark, not compared to his teammate, not to his friend, not to the superstar of the company. He had a benchmark of 12%, meaning that for every 8 leads that he purchased from this company, he would see 1 sale. What's the cost of that acquisition? If he's paying $25, 8 leads, $200. So for every $200 that he invests in leads with this company, he had 1 acquisition. So out of the 40 leads, he obtained 5 applications. And let me tell you something. This gentleman never saw it that way. As soon as I broke it down to him, he understood the name of the game. He understood where he was at in this world. He understood that for him, if he took 8 calls, 8 leads, he would have 1 sale. That right there is a benchmark. That's you against you. He can better his numbers. Instead of every 8 leads, 1 sale, he can go for every 7 leads, 1 sale. If it's not every 7 leads, he can do 6 leads. If it's not every 6 leads, he can do every 5 leads. 1 out of every 5 leads, that's a 20% conversion ratio. So, the name of the game, it's you against you. For this agent, he knows if he betters his skill set, he's going to make more money. And a lot of you guys are buying leads, but you're not nurturing your leads. You're not following up. For others, you're buying leads, but no one's showing you how to close deals. No one's showing you how to sell. So I can understand why you're struggling. I can understand why you're upset when you're watching your teammates have success. I understand. But it comes down to you. Is your skill set there? Are you putting in the activity? Because one of the other things that I discussed with this agent is if you're a door knocker and you're buying 20 to 30 leads a week, that sounds about right because you're driving, you're knocking doors in the neighborhood. But when you're on the phones, you'll go to 30 leads in a day. Easy. So let's face it, you need more leads when you're on the phones because you're no longer driving, but you also got to learn how to sell. You got to learn how to close, and you got to be committed to following up. A lot of you folk, you buy your leads, you call them once, they don't pick up, you get discouraged, and you think by buying more leads, that's the solution. You got to buy more leads, but you got to stay true to the system. Follow up, follow up, follow up. How do you follow up? Call, text, picture message, video call. Have you ever tried a video call? Next time, tomorrow, when you get on the phones, your cell phone, go into your Facebook and type in their phone number and do a FaceTime. Do a FaceTime with your customer. I promise you, you're going to get a reaction out of that client because most of the time, they don't even expect to get a video call. They'll pick up and they'll see you on there and you say, hello, how you doing? Obviously not with a baseball hat, you feel me? Again, activity, being intentional, but being realistic. My friend that called me today, he called me with the thought process that he was struggling, and he ended with this thought process realigned, and he understood he has to keep the activity high, and he has to keep his skill set high, and hey, this is the name of the game. It's not going to happen for you. You got to make it happen for you. So, again, if you're watching this, if you're struggling, call me. One of the things that I love to do is I love to get on the phone because I believe that's where you really train people. How many of these gurus online, they have these beautiful videos and shit, but none of them can get on the phone. None of them can handle objections. I relish that opportunity. So if you're struggling, call me. Bring all those old leads. Give me an opportunity to dial those leads with you. And if I make a sale, I'll let you have the sale, all right? So again, if you're watching this, get right. Don't compare yourself with no one else. It's you against you. Peace.